It's like the fourth time I've
I know, I just remembered that. From another hotel room back, like about 2 months ago.
We have like a little map, can we, of all the hotels that we spoke to you in. Do you know what I mean?
It's like we're having an affair.
I see.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
I'm sure my mum would be very excited.
Yeah, Mum, this is my mum.
Congratulations on the film.
Cheers.
It's nice to talk to you about something other than 1917, let's be honest. But it's a fantastic film. I can imagine there was many reasons to get involved, but at the core of it, there's this amazing kind of reimagining of this character we haven't seen before. I just wondered what you guys felt about reading the script for the first time and what it was about this interpretation that kind of spoke to you both when you read the script.
Personally, for me, the first and foremost, it was working with Justin. I saw Snowtown when it came out, and it's the most moved I've ever been in a cinema. I found it the most incredible watch, and I've just respected his work so much from then. And so the opportunity of working with him, and then coupled with, I didn't know much about Ned Kelly. My dad's Australian, but I knew of him, and so therefore to kind of have this idea of a character cracked open by, seemingly, all right, so this is what happened to him. This is the version that we're going to tell. It's just that world, and going back to Australia, and there was so many things about that young man trying to sort of put his mark down via his understanding of where he's from and where he wants to go to, kind of felt quite relevant to me as a young man as well. So it was those two things.
Yeah.
And for me, Justin and I have always wanted to work with each other on something really meaty. And when he read the novel, he kept saying, there's a great role for you in this, there's a great role for you in this. And when I read that novel too, I was really blown away by the world that Peter Carey had created, and to be inside Ned Kelly's head. And, I just feel this character is so mercurial and so powerful and such an incredible survivor. I just feel really privileged to be able to get to play a character of this depth and multi-layeredness.
Yeah, I mean, it is a story as well it's kind of a reimagining in some ways. Obviously, it comes from a novel, but it's part of the history. And audiences seem to like their heroes or their villains or their comic book characters or these historical figures brought to the screen again, but given kind of a new edge. Was that something that was evident in the script when you read it, that it was something a little bit newer, a little bit fresher and exciting that an audience were going to kind of latch onto?
It certainly doesn't feel like a romanticised kind of historical drama. It's definitely a brave and cutting-edge kind of world that I think is such a cinematic experience. And everyone I know who's seen it or who've seen the trailer for it are so surprised by it and where it's taking them and the world that it's going into. I think it's really a dynamic look at something that I don't think has ever been achieved before.
It's interesting as well. I'm really intrigued to see how it goes down in Britain and outside of Australia, because it's one thing to, Ned Kelly is so established, the reverence for the symbol that is Ned Kelly is such a understood thing, or seemingly understood.
It's iconic, really. It's not even. It's more like a stamp than he is.
That's the thing. Maybe that's the thing. He's not understood.
He's not understood.
He's just a thing.
He's the kangaroo.
And so for it to be kind of for that. It's not just a kind of reworking of that legend. It's its own thing at the same time. So I'm really interested to see how it goes down over here.
Yeah. As a final question, then, I mean, Justin is such a visual director, and he's proven such a unique voice in cinema over the years in the films that he's made. Do you get a sense of what he's going to do from the shooting, or do you have to wait till the film comes out to discover it, or is he so meticulous that he kind of tells you this is exactly what I'm going to do?
I think that we probably shot about 4 features worth of quite amazing stuff. There was many improvised scenes. There were it could actually have been it could have been an 8-hour mini-series, but he's also quite incredible at whittling something down, wanting to tell the essence of a story, and so I think it was quite a creative. I
think we knew the vibe. We didn't know the meticulous. I think Justin is, he's meticulous when he puts it together. I mean, I can't speak for him properly, but I think he creates an environment and he creates a world that, which, as Essie say, we just kind of, so many beautiful things get thrown out within that very specific bubble, and then he'll cherry pick which bits kind of end up as the final piece.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I wish you all the best for it. Pleasure talking to you.
Cheers.
Thanks
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey, you